Exactly 100 years ago this March, 4 Lutherans from Wisconsin, Iowa, and Brooklyn boarded a packet boat in Bordeaux, France, bound for West Africa. Their goal was to share the gospel in an area that at that time had never heard it before, northern Cameroon, the Central African Republic, on the western side of Africa, a little bit north of the equator. Their trip to Cameroon took 18 days on that boat, and since there were no roads into the interior yet, they had to walk another 26 days on bush footpaths to get where they intended to go. Trekking, as it was called at the time. The following year, in a village called Mbula, they received a particularly warm welcome, and there they settled down, learned the languages, shared about Jesus, baptized new believers, started some schools, ministered to the sick, and explored new territory in which to expand their work. Over the years, dozens of missionaries from the United States, Norway, and other countries followed. But much more importantly, literally hundreds of African believers joined them from dozens of people groups in the areas. Maya, Di, Dawayo, Karang, Fulani, and many, many others. These people became missionaries in their own right. Together, in the century since that landing, they have worked together to grow what became not just one, but 2 of the member Lutheran World Federation churches, now totaling upwards of about 500,000 members between them. That is to say, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Cameroon and the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Central African Republic. And it all began in 1923, exactly 100 year ago. You know, it almost sounds like something somebody should celebrate. Well, we're going to do it. A couple of years ago, a half dozen former missionaries to Cameroon and Central African Republic formed an organizing committee. The 5 companion synods in the United States and Canada agreed to invite leaders from these churches to the United States to be part of their synod assemblies in early June. These leaders will use the month that follows to meet and greet members of the companion synods here before the national church celebration in the Twin Cities, July 7th through 9th. That Saturday, July 8th, Luther Seminary, the same seminary that formed the great majority of the early pastors of the Sudan mission, will host the Song and Seminar Centennial event. And that Sunday, July 9th, Central Lutheran Church of Minneapolis, whose pastor chaired that first missionary board, will host the commemorative festival Centennial worship event, marking the anniversary on Sunday. Youth from the companion synods will come early to participate in area service projects before they join in the festivities. And African brothers and sisters in Cameroon and Central African Republic will be able to follow the festivities online in what will be a kind of foretaste of their own celebrations later on in October. This national celebration, it seems like kind of a super birthday party. And we'd like to invite you to be part of it. We think you might want to be there. It's a once in 100 year sort of event to honor our African brothers and sisters in Christ with whom we share now 10 decades of kingdom work together, to honor our missionary forebears, not only American, but Norwegian and African and many other countries who risked life and love for the sake of Christ, for the sake of the gospel in a new place, and to recommit ourselves to the missionary cause. That the story of Jesus might be heard afresh, that his presence might be felt again by a new generation in the United States and in Africa and around the world. And so we invite you to come. Registration is now happening online. Come and be part of it. An event that you won't forget. Welcome.